People First podcast is a show presented by people with learning difficulties for our friends and community. We talk about issues that are important to us and interview interesting people to find out new information. This is our way to make a difference and have our voices heard.
Welcome to People First podcast. Today's episode is about football session. We did it as part of our Wellbeing Week. The session was at Marley Football Club with Sean. Welcome to the show, Sean. Thank you for giving up your time to come to speak to us today.
Well, it's lovely to be here, Stephen, and thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to it.
Could you explain your job well and your session, please?
You sure can. So my job is as a football coach, and the main aim of the football session is to give everyone a chance to have a go at football, and hopefully they enjoy it. What I've found is that sometimes people are a bit worried or anxious about giving football a try. But what normally happens is that people come along and they do their best, and even if they've never played football before, it's a really simple game, and most people tend to enjoy it and have fun and want to come back again. And if that happens for just one person, then that means I've done a good job. So I suppose quick question back to Daniel, maybe. Daniel, did you have fun when we had our football session?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's great to hear. We had a good laugh, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's great to hear.
What kind of different sessions do you run?
Well, Daniel, I've been a football coach for well over 20 years, and at the moment I run football coaching on a Saturday morning for 3 to 6 year old children. So that's one of the things that I do in addition to the sessions that I do for People First. And with the children, the idea is just the same as what we do for People First. Sometimes we'll get a young child who's never played football before, and he's a bit shy or a bit worried about trying it. And it's just the same. We give them a football, they run around with the ball, kick it, score goals, and have a fantastic time. And hopefully, again, if I've done my job right, it means that they'll be playing football for many years to come. So yeah, that's the different types of sessions that I do. But the beauty of football is if you have a football and a bit of space, you can play anywhere. So hopefully you guys will be able to play when you're not at People First as well.
How many sessions have you done with people with disabilities?
Thanks for that question, Caitlin. So I've been coaching people with disabilities for a couple of years, and I've done about 8 sessions, and it's the sessions that I do with People First. I don't do anything else with people with disabilities outside of People First. And like I said, been doing it for over 2 years, and I really enjoy these sessions. I think we always have a good laugh and a good time when we're doing it, and hopefully we can carry on doing these sessions.
I did.
Oh, great! Well, I'm really pleased to hear that, Caitlin. And you got some good goals as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well.
Yeah, you were scoring loads of goals, which is great to see.
You have done some sessions for us as we're learning holiday. Could you tell us more about them?
So the learning holidays are really good. So they're up at Beamsley, and just to tell you a little bit about them, really they are very similar to the session that we did at Marley. I suppose the main difference is at Marley it's in a building in a sports hall, and at Beamsley it's outside, so the weather is a big factor. So you know, probably you guys that have been on the learning holidays, if it starts to rain or even worse, snow up at Beamsley, it can be difficult. And I do remember one time when it started snowing when we were playing football, and we ended up doing penalties in the covered part near the entrance. Everybody enjoyed it. So yeah, I think it's fantastic up there. It's a good facility, and even when it's snowing or raining, it's still good.
How do you choose the different activities do the sessions?
How I choose the activities during the football session, and I think I mentioned earlier, football really it's quite simple, and there are three main skills. So the first one is if everybody remembers, we did the dribbling, which is moving the ball around using your feet, and then the second one we tried was passing, which is where you kick the ball to somebody else and you get the ball back from that person when they kick it to you. And the most enjoyable one, I think, is the third one is scoring goals. So if you remember, we like to spend most of our times on scoring goals because that's the most exciting part of football, I think. And at the end, once we've learned ourselves some of those skills, the dribbling, the passing, and the scoring, we have a match. So what a match is where we have two teams that play against each other and try and score as many goals as we can. And the winner of the match is the team that gets the most goals. So Daniel, they're the four things that we did on our session, if you remember, at Marley. So yeah, that's it really, and it's really simple, but it's a lot of fun.
What your favorite part of your session with us?
So Caitlin, the favourite part of my session, well, I had lots of favourite parts actually, and I remember it well. I remember, Caitlin, you and Nadia, you scored lots of goals, which was amazing. Kim and Lindsay showed great teamwork, and they were passing the ball to each other and helping everybody else in their teams. Martin, who I don't think is in the office today, he showed us lots of tricks and skills. So Martin has played lots of football before. He played for the men cap team. So I was really impressed by how good Martin was. Ish and Esther, I remember they had really powerful shots. So when they scored the goals, they almost busted the back of the net. They were that hard. So that was great. Adrian, you do you remember that amazing tackle you did on Adam, which saved the goal? And you almost broke Adam's leg, which was good that he managed to carry on. And Daniel, who could forget you getting all those goals? How many was it?
About 10, 15.
I thought it was about 12, which was a great effort. Yeah. So yeah, some really memorable parts to the session, Caitlin. Really enjoyed it.
Why it is important that there is inclusive sports sessions?
So, Stephen, it's important that sports sessions are inclusive because, very simply, everybody should have a chance to be able to play sports. Now, my favourite sport is football. I think it's the greatest game, but it's also the simplest game. So, if you have a ball, you can play football. So when everybody comes to my sessions, I think it helps to give you some self-confidence. So if you come down, you give it a try, work hard, and you all showed that you can do it when you want to. It also increases the ability of being able to do things on your own, because when you're out on the football pitch, you are on your own, you are playing as a team, and it's good to see the independence that you all showed that day at Marley, which was great. And lastly, I think it's good to be a part of a team, and I can see that you guys in the office today, you're all hardworking members of the team, and you're helping each other to get a good result. Even when things are a bit difficult and the work is hard, you keep going and you help each other and you get a good result.
Are they to in at Marley that we could get involved with?
So they don't do much at Marley, Daniel, for disability sports. And I was talking to the guys there, and it's been quite a long time ago, and we were the first to do that. However, there are a number of organisations locally that do sports if anybody wants to get involved. So I just listed a couple, and I can let you have the website details. So the first one, there's a really good disability football club in Bradford, and they're part of Bradford City Football Club. So they're a really good organisation. I don't know if there are any Bradford City fans in the office, but they play twice a week at a place called Bradford College in Bradford. So there's the first one, Daniel, for you. There's also some football that's done at Sandiland Sports Centre in Skipton every Monday as well. So there's quite a good website for that, which I can share the details with you on that, and that's at 4 o'clock on a Monday afternoon at Sandilands in Skipton. So that's football, and then there's also a Bradford Keighley and Skipton Athletics Club, which might be of interest to some people. Who meet on Mondays and Wednesdays. So there's lots of places where you can go, Daniel, if you're interested in playing more sport.
What football is what football team do you support and why?
Caitlin, I support my local team, Leeds United. And yeah, I support them because they're my local team. Now, you could say that Bradford is closer, but I chose to support Leeds rather than Bradford. And at the moment, Leeds are in the Championship, so they're not in the Premier League. But hopefully, if we do well this year, we can get back into the Premier League and play against all the big teams. Do you have a team, Caitlin? Do you support a football team?
No, I just watch the Euro match.
Right. Okay. And what about you, Daniel? Do you support a team?
I support Chelsea.
Chelsea. Oh, right. They're in the Premier League. And Stephen?
I'm actually like a few teams I support. I support Manchester United, Leicester City, Arsenal, Grimsby Town, Bradford City, Leeds United. Oh yeah, and Preston North End.
Right, that's a great selection. Well, you're obviously a true football fan, Stephen, which is good to hear.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, that's really simple, Caitlin. So my plans for the future: keep playing and coaching football for as long as possible. We'll do another session for People First, maybe at Marley, or maybe we could do Skipton. So Ish was really helpful in arranging the last one. So maybe one of you guys, Daniel or Ish, can email me and we can arrange a date to do another session. I mean, Oh, I've got the thumbs up from Daniel. Can I get the thumbs up from everybody else if you're interested? Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Yo, thanks, Caitlin. Yeah, thanks. Great stuff. So everybody's welcome, and hopefully we can have another good day playing football.
That we have come to the end for the show. Thank you again to Sean for you think today. You have shared many thoughts and ideas. Is there anything else you would like to add, or the questions you have for us before we sign off?
I don't think I've got any questions, but just thank you for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you guys, you're obviously doing a great job there. I like the way that you've got the podcast studio set up and the office. So yeah, you guys keep doing what you're doing. You're doing really well, and don't forget that you can play football in your gardens or other places, even if I'm not there. And keep enjoying your sport. And thank you very much.
So Isha's got a question.
Will you play for People? Will play for Leeds?
Who's your favourite player from Leeds?
Well, if anybody supports Leeds United, you'll know that we've sold most of our best players. But who's my best player at the moment? My favourite player? Probably Ethan Ampadu, who plays in the centre of either defence or midfield. So that's my favourite player at the moment.
What's your favourite game?
What's my favourite game ever?
Yeah, that you've watched.
That I've watched. That's a good one. Maybe I think one of the greatest games ever was. I'm not a Liverpool supporter. But can you remember when they won the Champions League in Istanbul? And they came back from behind. Yeah, that's probably probably the best game that I can remember. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but hey.
Nadia's got a question.
Do you have any plans to become professional football?
Well, I would have liked to have been captain of England, obviously, and I think we did in the European Championships. But yeah, no, it was my dream at one time, but unfortunately, I wasn't good enough. And I know your dad was a professional footballer, wasn't he, Nadia?
Andy Clark.
Yeah. So that would have been a dream, but unfortunately, it never happened. But it doesn't matter. I still love football. You don't have to be a professional. Anybody can play, and that's the great part of loving football.
You've got one.
Go on
then.
Could you, Sean? Could you do like a referee?
Yeah, I've refereed before now, Adrian. So when I was coaching the youth football, I used to do quite a lot of refereeing. But I've got to say that when you are refereeing, you get the spectators and the players sometimes give you a bit of abuse, which is not nice. So we don't like that, do we? And that's one of the things that I don't like about the professional game as well. So I think rugby union's miles better because the players treat the referees with more respect than they do in football. So hopefully over the next few years we'll see players and spectators treating the referee with a bit more respect. That'd be good, wouldn't it, Adrian?
Yeah.
Let's do that booking though. You have a car, so
yeah, I've never.
That's a hell of a point. Right.
You never sent anybody off, although I nearly give you a yellow card for that tackle on Adam.
I've got a question. What do you think it takes to be a good coach?
I think to be a good coach, you need to understand the skills that are involved. So that's the first thing. So to understand what you are trying to teach the people that you are coaching, but more importantly than that, you need to make sure that everybody is equally involved and encourage all of the people that you're coaching to participate and get the most from the session.
Thank you for with me and we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Remember to comment, like, share on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can find it by searching People First Podcast. Thanks for listening and we'll see you next time.